Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Happy 6th day of Inkvent. I apologize in advance for the crummy, less than perfect lighting in this video. I personally don't use my computer from sundown Friday until nightfall Saturday, so no natural light on the Saturday videos. I'm going to be shooting this December as it was, last December. So anyway, let's just get down with it. Number 6 is right up here. I can't wait to see what's behind the door, and hopefully it'll be a lot better than yesterday's disappointment of Marie Rose. I mean, I think a few other people whose videos I had a chance to watch before I went off of my computer for Shabbos, they kind of like the ink, but some of the other videos shared the same view I did. That was really kind of a disappointment, way too light and dry, not something they would, seek out voluntarily at all, just, a total disappointment. Maybe it was more for the British audience of Diamine. Oh, Marie Rose, I have sentimental Christmas memories of dipping my shrimp or whatever else they dip into that sauce. It just sounds like a disgusting recipe to me. Mayonnaise makes me gag, gross, and a mayonnaise based sauce, nasty. But let's just open up door number 6 and stop blabbing. Let's see, hopefully this will be easier to pull out than yesterday's was. That was really wedged in the wrong position. This fur and, is it fog, the second word of it? It looks kind of like a smoky blue gray type of ink. Fur and fog. Yeah, that's definitely what it says. And this is, oh, a chameleon ink. That's different. You can see the color up there. It looks backwards to me when I hold this stuff up. The printing is flipped, but when I watch it on playback, it's facing the right direction. I'm not really sure what's going in there. And the shimmer particles, they kind of look like a bronze mixed with green, but chameleon inks aren't something I'm familiar with. So anyway, I will see you guys on the other side of the camera when I set up the overhead tripod after taking the plastic off of this. That's a beautiful, beautiful shade. It looks much more like green to me on the bottle label. It looks more of a bluish gray shade, but this is beautiful too. I was not expecting it to be green at all. Wow, this is so pretty, but I don't really, yeah, I'm starting to see some of the shimmer particles peeking through, but it's not particularly obvious. I'll have to give it another shake up and then do another go round of the inks. As I say so many times when I do swatching, shimmer inks are so beautiful, particularly in a broad nib or an extra double broad, or painting a big swatch of it. But the pain about them is you have to just keep agitating the bottle over and over again when you're swatching or painting or just writing with a dip pen, because otherwise the shimmer particles have already sank to the bottom and you haven't picked any of them up on your brush or your pen. But wow, this is a gorgeous, lovely shade of green. Maybe they intended it more to be like a gray green. Wow, this is pretty. Green is my third favorite color, teal in particular, but all beautiful dark jewel-like tones of green as well. And I do love a good green black ink. This is really lovely, and it's a great winter shade. I just can't stop painting with it. That's one of the reasons I like using a paintbrush for my swatches. It covers such a large area so quickly, and you get to lay down more of it and have fun painting with it. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna paint up the entire card and just paint off the excess up at the top here. I don't know if that's visible in the frame. I put the tripod up as far as I could and still see into it. I'm only a little bit under 5'1" and 1/2 inch in bare feet. So yeah, I can't really see all the way up with the tripod extended. I still need to look into getting some kind of external secondary monitoring system, or broadcasting it to an iPad or something else while I'm filming, so I don't have to worry, oh no, I shot an entire video and you can't see anything I'm actually doing because it was way too out of focus or nothing was in the frame. Oh, I'm so humiliated all over again. Yeah, this is looking more kind of like a piney green, sort of foresty green up at the top. This is a really, really beautiful effect. And the larger areas with more ink put down. This definitely looks kind of like greeny gold. Well, I did see like what looked like bronze and green shimmers. I think Chameleon, they have like two different colors of shimmer. I should have looked that up before starting, but you know, totally impromptu, had no idea what was behind that door. But whatever colors there are, whatever effect they intended, this is a really, really pretty ink. But of course, now I have to go through and actually, you know, write the name of the ink and the brand and the day on the swatch card. So that means shaking it up yet again. And I've been using the Cult Pen's exclusive dip pen in conjunction with J. Urban for this. Hopefully this is showing up in the frame. I don't know how particularly close it is, but I do know the swatching is all in the frame. I checked multiple times before hitting record. Hopefully it does not roll over and embarrass me or break. Just shake it up again. I really do wish, I've said this in so many videos, maybe there is, let me know in the comments, some kind of little device you just put your ink bottle on it and it automatically agitates back and forth, so it takes the work out of it for you and you don't have to keep like stopping whatever you're doing. Oh, shake it up every 10 seconds or whatever, and I don't have to worry the particles are already settling onto the bottom. And this is called Fur and Fog. Yeah, some of these titles are a little bit difficult to read. The white lettering sometimes can kind of, you know, blend into the color of the label depending on, you know, what it is. But yeah, this is definitely a lovely, some kind of like greeny ink. Fur and Fog. It's a very evocative name. Fur and Fog. Wow. Yeah, as it dries up more and more, I'm really enjoying the effect created by these beautiful chameleon shimmer particles. Definitely. I think this might be one of my favorite inks, but it all depends how it actually performs in a pen. Sometimes inks that look gorgeous in swatches, they don't look particularly good in actual writing because I guess it's, you know, like not saturated enough in, you know, an actual nib or something like that, or maybe they're just made for broader swatches, swath of color. I'm sorry if the writing isn't pulled in close enough and focused. That all that will hopefully be solved once and for all when I finally get some kind of external monitoring system so I look more professional. Inkvent, and the 2025 will have to go on the second line again, but I know I'm really good about squeezing in writing in small spaces. 2025. Day 6. That's why I use like almost exclusively fines and extra fines in the beginning of my fountain pen journey, because I was like genuinely uncomfortable with even medium lines. You know, I was so used to like squeezing my writing together and writing really small for reasons I've explained in some of my mental health May videos. So Diamine Inkvent 2025. Just check again. I'm completely in frame. That's good. This is one of the many downfalls of not having the external monitor to check. So far, it seems like a wet ink, really nice and flowing, like in comparison to yesterday's extreme, unfortunate disappointment of Marie Rose. Although maybe, and it's possible that maybe it would grow on me over time, but just from the little experience I had writing only with a dip pen and a fountain pen, I had dipped into it for some more dip writing, that it was so uncomfortable. Did not like that. I'm sorry, this writing looks totally sloppy, but again, writing with a dip pen is kind of, you know, an awkward experience for most people. I know this looks kind of like a childish writing because, you know, I don't really use print all that much, and again, the awkwardness of using a dip pen. Oh, I see shimmer particles breaking through even in some small font. Hopefully I wasn't leaning my hair into the frame by mistake. I need to remember not to do that. Teal Edition. Yeah, really hope hopefully with enough practice and remembering, I will quit leaning into the frame and showing you guys my hair, which at this point in my life includes some, gray hairs around my temples. Teal Edition, is it running out? Might have to do another dip for that. No. Teal Edition. And I normally don't write my letters this big the few times I print, so maybe that's why it looks kind of, childish. Teal Edition, day 6. I forgot to write the day. I think it was, day 4. I forgot, and I added that in later. Day 6. Fur and Fog. Fur and Fog. And this is a chameleon ink. Hopefully that'll all squeeze into one spot. I'm sorry, I've started leaning into the frame yet again. I might have to hyphenate it, but no biggie. Chameleon. Smiley face to fill up the space. Unhook my arm, or maybe I shouldn't unhook my arm from around the tripod. Just do some little doodles, like a cloud, or just like swirlies. I'm definitely liking that ink. I'm going to be putting a little bit of this in a pen for a longer writing sample, and then I will get back to you guys with the final segment. There is a completed writing sample. I inked a little bit of it up in my Benu Euphoria Wolf Point. This is an Atlas exclusive, currently a doorbuster. I wish I had waited until they put it on doorbuster, even though I did get it a bit cheaper for, I think it was their recent Memorial Day sale. Yeah, I think that was the Memorial Day when I bought it. But you never can tell when things go on sale. But anyway, I think it matches really well with this beautiful teal. It dawned on me while I was writing, oh yeah, that's what the name means. They're intending to portray the look of a fir tree through the fog. That's what it means. I'm such a stooge. And now that the swatch has dried a bit, you can see this is a really, really lovely chameleon shimmer. Really gorgeous, like the green particles. And it does look a bit like, bronzy to me, settled down at the bottom. But I'm seeing more of the greeny particles, but you never know. Maybe it'll look even like much more different in a larger swatch or just a much broader nib. But for now, the most obvious shimmer particles do seem to be a really lovely kind of like greeny gold type of thing. And it's I love this ink. It's one of my favorites already. And for the little quote at the bottom, I'm going to start doing quotes now to fill up space. It's a poem by Heinrich Heine about a fir tree, a pine tree. I'll put a link down in my description box so you can see that in the German, which I wrote it, and the English translation. So definitely this more than makes up for yesterday's ink, which not my style at all. Not, that's okay. Not every ink can be everyone's style. And wow, and I holding the swatch card up to the light, and the shimmers are really, really like shining and being obvious in the light. And the writing sample, hold it up a little bit closer for you guys. Definitely, I could see this finishing in my top 10, if not my top 5. But we have so many other days to get through. You never know what's going to shake out in the end. So thanks very much for watching, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for day number 7. Bye.